Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today you're heading into the cockpit, but maybe not just to talk about flying the plane itself. We're looking at something, well, arguably more fundamental for safety and success up there. Human interaction, how we make decisions, self-awareness. Our deep dive is into crew resource management, CRM. And its absolute vital role in, understanding human factors. And for this journey, we're really leaning on insights from crew resource management, principles of human factors, and teamwork. It's a foundational text if you're serious about getting these concepts down, especially for your ATPL theory exams.
Absolutely. And, CRM, it started out for the multi-crew airline world, right? Good jets. But what's really striking is how these principles, they're not just for airline captains. They're fundamentally life skills. They apply everywhere. Student pilot, single pilot ops, even, managing a project team, totally outside aviation. So our mission really is to pull out the absolute key knowledge from these sources, the stuff tailored to help you nail those critical ATPL questions.
Yeah, and to really drive home just how important this is. We kind of have to talk about a specific moment back in 1978. Picture this. United flight approaching Portland, Oregon. There's an issue, something with the undercarriage. Minor, really. So the captain gets focused on troubleshooting, puts this perfectly good plane into a hole near the airport. 40 minutes go by, they sort the undercarriage issue. Great. But then another 24 minutes pass. Still in the hold. Just a few miles out, and they just run out of fuel. Crash. People died.
Terrible. Just unthinkable, really.
It wasn't mechanical failure. It was purely, devastatingly, a human factors incident. And that accident, it wasn't just labeled pilot error and forgotten. It sparked this huge, painful investigation, communication, decision-making, teamwork.
It was the catalyst, the birth of CRM, effectively.
A tragic, stark reminder that human factors, they're way more critical than just technical skill.
Yes.
So that Portland accident, running out of fuel while sorting a minor problem, it really just highlights our first topic perfectly. Communication. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Just talk.
Yeah, you think.
But the sources show just how many communication breakdowns happen there and how complex, how utterly vital good communication really is in aviation.
It's amazing how often we think we've been clear, but the core idea, the absolute bedrock principle from the sources, effective communication has to be two-way. As the sender, the transmitter, we just assume clarity. But the source points out errors are incredibly common. It happens all the time.
Right.
Which means the receiver must take responsibility, question things, summarize what they heard, confirm it. Think about reading back a radio call. Why do we do that?
Standard procedure. Verification.
Exactly. It's non-negotiable for that very reason. It forces that confirmation loop. And it's about creating an atmosphere where asking questions isn't just, tolerated. It needs to be actively encouraged. No fear of looking stupid or challenging authority.
Okay, so if encouraging questions is that vital, what about the difference between just hearing and actually listening? The sources seem to make a big distinction there.
Oh, a huge one. Here, that's just the physical bit, right? Sound waves hitting your eardrum. Passive. Listening. That's active. It's understanding, interpreting that sound. It takes real concentration.
Especially in a noisy flight deck, I imagine.
Precisely. That concentration, it's a skill you have to maintain. So the transmitter can help, right? Keep messages short, break down complex stuff, invite responses, and, crucially, make sure the receiver isn't totally absorbed in something else. Check. You have their attention.
Okay.
And as the receiver, you've got to actively listen. If anything is unclear, ask for clarification. Don't guess. Continuously review what you've heard. The goal always, and this is key for your ATPL prep and just basic safety, is getting everyone to the same mental model, the same understanding of the situation. And the absolute golden rule, if you take one thing away about communication, when unsure, ask. Don't hesitate.
Makes sense. So two-way communication, active listening. Got it.
But how does the way we ask questions affect things? The phrasing. Turns out there are some traps there, according to the sources. Yeah, first you've got your closed questions, good for quick, specific info, like confirming a checklist item.
All right. Many thanks for listening to this free part of the ATPL Theory podcast. If you want to continue learning and access the full comprehensive guide, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/ATPLtheory or my Hero at herohero.co/ATPL. That is patreon.com/ATPLtheory or herohero.co/ATPL. Wishing you all the best.